Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of our 30-day एसओसी एनालिस्ट L1 मास्टर क्लास। और अगर आप पहली बार लाइव जुड़ रहे हो तो मैं आपको बता दूं कि ये सीरीज़ का गोल है आपको बिगिनर से लेकर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग एसओसी एनालिस्ट बनाना, जहां पर आप रियल वर्ल्ड इंसिडेंट रिस्पॉन्स और सिक्योरिटी ऑपरेशन को समझ सको। तो आज का जो टॉपिक है वो है नेटवर्किंग फंडामेंटल्स, जो पर्टिकुलरली एक एसओसी एनालिस्ट के लिए फाउंडेशन की तरह होता है। ठीक है। तो साइबर थ्रेट्स का जो 90% से ज़्यादा जो डेटा है वो आपके नेटवर्क के थ्रू होता हुआ आता है, इसलिए सेशन भी आपका एक्सट्रीमली इम्पोर्टेंट है। ठीक है। सो आज हम इसके बारे में ही बात करेंगे कि कैसे आप नेटवर्क के फंडामेंटल्स को इजीली समझ सकते हो। और मैं आपकी चैट्स भी मॉनिटर कर रहा हूँ, सो यू कैन ड्रॉप सम कमेंट्स टू से हाई if my voice is properly audible. So So, hi Arvind, hi Jerry, hi Tuber. So, tell me one thing, like my voice is clearly audible, or should I have to fix something? Okay. Hi Rishikesh, hi Teja. So, I welcome you all. So, I see some new folks are there. So, it's good to see like these streams are reaching widely, so everyone can benefit through it. And hopefully you are learning something new. And make some comments, drop some comments if you have some doubts. And in this session I'm also going to announce something, so you will surely get benefit from it. So hi Monica, hi Krishna, hi Fearless Aura. Great. So let's start today's session by diving deep into networking fundamentals and how these network basic knowledge is important to you. Okay, so without further ado, let's start it. So today is the day 4, and we are learning about the basic concepts of SOC, like what is the role of SOC, how SOC structure is working, the basics of cyber security. Everything is already discussed. You can go through with the slides. One more thing I want to tell you, like in the video description there is a link available which I named as a session tracker. So using this you can easily monitor all the available sessions we have on YouTube during this SOC analyst series. So I created a session tracker here. All the YouTube session links are available. So if you miss any day, you can track yourself with these links. Also, I have also mentioned the resources link. So in this resources link, a drive link is available, and you can open the drive where all the resources are there. So if I give you some assignments, so in the assignment section, you will find the assignment, and in this section your assignment solution will be available, but the solution I will upload after 1 week, so you will get a time to solve the assignments. Like in the previous session I gave you assignment, so the solution will be available on Monday. And in the notes section you will have all the readable notes created by me, or the notes available in the internet. So you will find it here, some notes related to SOC tools, how to use tools, right, roles and responsibilities. So everything will be documented and everything will be available here. And in the next we have session slides, so all the session slides will be available here, so you can easily see what I present on the live stream. So that's the thing I created. And if suppose in our next sessions we need some tools or some commands, so everything will be documented here. So all thing you can easily access with a single click. So this particular drive link is available in the session tracker, so you can go with the session tracker and the drive link is available. Okay. And these session tracker is the session tracker link is available on the YouTube stream video description. Every video description the link is available, so uh, visit it and see what content I'm here to deliver. Also, you can deliver the WhatsApp community if you want to join some of the paid courses which I run offline and online. You can also join the Telegram group. So the group links are also available here. So you can click it and join it. So in the Telegram group, I'm sharing plenty of resources and I'm continuing sharing those resources. So you get benefit from it. And the goal is to like reaching 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you can easily learn networking, Linux, SOC, ethical hacking, penetration testing of web, mobile, API, cloud, thick client, endpoint security, desktop security, red teaming operations through this YouTube channel or my paid courses. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our today's session and tell me in the comments like how you like the idea to create a session tracker. So I want to hear your thoughts, like what you want to say. So is it a good idea to create a session tracker? What's your thoughts on this? So I'm taking some time to start the session because some of the folks are joining. So let's give 2-3 minutes more to those persons so they can join it. Uh, while they are joining, you can send the session link through your groups so they can also join the session. So I got one comment from Jerry like it is a very good idea. So yes, Jerry, the thought is like giving the advantage or giving the or sharing the resources to everyone. Like you are seeing the YouTube video, but sometimes you need some documentation. And if everything will be documented, then why not? I will be sharing with you. Okay. So I got some comments like from Teja and Rushikesh. So yeah, some everyone is saying it's a good idea. So thank you so much. You can track every session from here. Okay, so let's start today's session. So this session is all about networking, right? And let's start. So let me introduce first. So my name is Sumit Jain. I'm working as a penetration tester or trainer or consultant in Jaipur, Rajasthan. I have 10 plus years of experience in ethical hacking, VAPT or red team operations, conducted workshops, trainings, and internships for thousands of students and professionals all across India. My expertise in blue and red team operations, threat detection, and incident response. I'm passionate about the building. I'm passionate about building the next generation of cybersecurity defenders. So the idea is to share the knowledge what I have gained through these years. So like some folks helped me. Google helped me a lot. I read few books. So the idea is to like what I have learned in 10 years. So why not giving back to the community? So that's why I created this channel. And right now we are moving with 4,000 subscribers. And I have the followers of 30,000 plus, 35,000 plus in LinkedIn and the 5,000 plus community on Telegram. And as WhatsApp is already created, so you can also you can also join on WhatsApp and get touch with me. Okay, so the agenda of today's session is like giving you the deep knowledge of OSI model, TCP/IP model, what is network, how network works, how to identify the subnets or what is CIDR notation, the protocols. So DNS, ARP, DHCP, the packet structure of headers, network devices in details, common attack types of networks, network monitoring and analysis tools. So this is the agenda of today. And if like in networking we need some time to learn everything. So if I will not able to deliver everything today, so we will continue with tomorrow on day 5 with networking. Okay, so let's first start with the basic thing, which is what is network. So everyone tell me in the comments, like in your opinion, what is network actually? What do you understand by the meaning of network? Or if you ever uh, try to learn about networking, or if you know about the networking, how much you think that the networking is important in cybersecurity. So drop some comments, and also one more thing, like make sure to like the video so the YouTube algorithm fetches it and deliver some new joiners. So everyone who is watching this video, do like the button and drop some comments. So let's start with the network. So what is network? Network से आप क्या समझते हो, and in your opinion what is network actually? सो देखो, नेटवर्क को आप कुछ ऐसे समझ लो कि नेटवर्क एक ऐसा मीडियम है जहां पर आप रिसोर्सेस को शेयर करते हो। ठीक है, सो नेटवर्क इज नथिंग मोर देन द टू और मोर कनेक्टेड कंप्यूटर्स शेयरिंग रिसोर्सेज विद ईच अनदर। एंड इस रिसोर्सेज को शेयर करने के लिए हमको नेटवर्क के रूल्स, नेटवर्क की डिवाइसेस और नेटवर्किंग प्रोटोकॉल्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है। Without these we cannot share the resources. Like if you think, suppose two computers are connected with each other but they are not sharing some packets, or they are not doing the data transfer, so you can only say like they are connected, but you cannot say they are in a network. Two computers are in a network when they are sharing some resources using some networking rules. If the rules don't apply on them, if they are not following the networking protocols, they are not using the networking devices, right? They are not using the networking addressing system, so they are not in a network. So in network we have to understand the core concepts of like how data is transferred from one computer to another computer, how you will get retrieve data from the servers on your computer. So it is basically the composition of two main aspects: physical connection, which right now we are, you connected your computer from, like you are using wireless media, maybe you are using wireless networks, you are connected through wires or cables. And then the logical connection, in which the data transporting across all the physical media. Okay, so that's the agenda, or that's the meaning of network. So why network is important, and the some, if you talk about the basic rules of networking, so the computers in a network must use the same procedure for sending and receiving data, and we call these communication protocols. So basically आप कुछ ऐसे समझो कि अगर आपके पास कुछ devices connected हैं, so they have to follow the same procedure, otherwise they cannot receive or send some data. और इन प्रोसीजर को या सेम प्रोसीजर को आप कम्युनिकेशन प्रोटोकॉल बोलते हो. सो देर आर plenty of protocols we have in which you see how data is proceed. Okay, so data must be delivered uncorrupted. If it is corrupted, it's useless. So जब आप कोई भी नेटवर्क के ऊपर डेटा ट्रांसफर करते हो, सो डेटा कैन बी डिलीवर्ड अनकरप्टेड, डेटा आपका बिल्कुल अनकरप्टेड डिलीवर होता है. And computers in a network must be capable of determining the origin and the destination, like where is your data coming from and where you need to transfer your data. So the origin and destination is important, and we determine or we identify the origin or destination using IP and MAC addresses. So we will talk about everything, but let's first understand the basic network things, which is the type of the network. So we categorize the computer networks by the size in 6 types. So computer networks is basically have different types, like according to the size, according to architecture. So by size, there are six types, which is personal area network, then local area network, then wireless local area network, then campus area network, and then we have metropolitan area network, wide area network, right? Originally we have three types of network, which is local area network, which is LAN, metropolitan area network, MAN, and wide area network, WAN. But if we want to dig deep into the in these sizes, so there are three more categories: PAN, CAN, and WLAN. Okay, so let's understand one by one, like what I mean by personal area network, what I mean by local area network. Okay, so let's see. First, we see personal area network. So what is personal area network actually? So suppose you want to transfer some data from your smartwatch to your computer, or you are connecting with your mobile device with your computer. So basically you created a personal network. So the network created for two devices is called personal area network. So very ultra small networks used for personal use to share data from one device to another is known as personal area network, and it can be created using USB, Bluetooth, NFC card, ANT plus, right? Then if we talk about some examples, so smartphone to laptop, smartwatch to smartphone, smartphone to your Bluetooth handset, right? And heart rate monitor to smartphone. So everything that is shared or created for personal use, and very ultra in size of very ultra small. Then the local area network. So a computer network within a small geographical area. Like right now, you are sitting in your room, but you are connected with your home Wi-Fi. So in particular, that Wi-Fi, some more devices can be connected, like your father's phone or your mother's phone. So these types of network is known as local area network. सो बेसिकली अगर हम कोई नेटवर्क बहुत छोटे एरिया के लिए क्रिएट करते हैं, सच फॉर एक सिंगल रूम के लिए, एक छोटी सी बिल्डिंग के लिए, एक ग्रुप ऑफ बिल्डिंग के लिए, तो उनको हम लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क बोलते हैं। ठीक है, इस नेटवर्क के अंदर जितनी भी डिवाइसेस कनेक्टेड होती हैं, दे आर डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड वाया केबल्स और शॉर्ट रेंज वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजी, लाइक यू आर कनेक्टिंग राइट नाउ, because your broadband has the limit. You cannot connect with that broadband device from outside of your house. So very small network, but the devices count can be high, like 5 devices or 10 devices or 15 devices. So the home network is the best example of local area network. Then we have wireless local area network. So in local area network, the devices will be connected through cables. But if we are connecting those devices through wireless technology, then it should be called WLAN, wireless local area network. अभी भी आपके वायरलेस सॉरी लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क की ही प्रॉपर्टी है, बट द कनेक्शन इज क्रिएटेड यूजिंग वायरलेस. सो एक लैन जिसको हम वायरलेस कनेक्टिविटी पे अगर डिपेंड कर दें, जो उसके थोड़े से रेंज को बढ़ा दे, तो उसको वायरलेस लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क बोलते हैं. देन वी हैव कैंपस एरिया नेटवर्क. सो इट इज नोन एज कैन. सो कैंपस एरिया नेटवर्क लाइक किसी यूनिवर्सिटी, किसी कॉलेज के लिए क्रिएट किया गया नेटवर्क. सो इस नेटवर्क में मल्टीपल लैन होते हैं, बहुत सारे डिफरेंट लैन को अगर हम इंटरकनेक्टेड कर दें, तो वो एक कैन का रूप ले लेगा. इट विल बी नोन एज कैन. Then we have metropolitan area network. So the network created for a city or in a small village. So these are known as metropolitan. Like your cable TV network is a metropolitan network, or your local Wi-Fi network, like local broadband providers are the metropolitan network. Then we have wide area network, which basically covers the whole earth. So the network which connects the continents, states, or countries. are known as wide area network. So in wide area network, there are multiple servers situated or located in different kinds of different states, and they are interconnected. Like the internet is the best example of WLAN. Like right now, I'm connected with YouTube, and you are also connected with the YouTube. So we are connected, but uh, YouTube is playing the key role here. So YouTube server may be available, like I'm connected from India, so my YouTube server may be in India, and you are connected from somewhere else, so you are connected with that server. So internet is the best example of wide area network. Then, as I told you, according to the architecture, we have two types of network, which is P2P and client server. According to the network architecture, we have two types of server, P2P and client and server. So I think थोड़ा सा बोरिंग लग रहा होगा, बट सी एसओसी के लिए these बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज क्योंकि जब आप एसओसी में नेटवर्क को मॉनिटर करते हो, डिवाइसेस को मॉनिटर करते हो और लॉग्स को मॉनिटर करते हो, तो बहुत सारा जो डेटा है वो नेटवर्क के थ्रू ही आएगा. In that case you need to understand the key concepts of network. So that's why आपको थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क को थियोरटिकल वे में पढ़ना होगा, एंड आप नेटवर्क के कॉन्सेप्ट्स को थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से समझ पाओगे. राइट. सो नेटवर्क आर्किटेक्चर में आपके पास दो टाइप के नेटवर्क है, विच इज P2P एंड क्लाइंट सर्वर. सो इन P2P all networks are peace. Basically, all networks can share data, its resources to any devices. There are no particular server which is controlling all the devices. So if you have a network in which all the devices can share data resources, devices are responsible for managing their own security, right? No one can act as a server or client. So these networks are called P2P. Like right now you are connected with your Wi-Fi. So thus according to the size it is LAN, but according to the architecture is it is P2P. And then we have client server network, where a centralized server is monitoring you, like controlling you. So centralized server or server will control everything. Server has to share the files, server has to share everything. User just have to receive resources. Server responsibility is to provide resources. So that's why in network architecture we have two types of network, which is client and server. Okay, till now you have some questions? Drop in the comments if you have some questions. Okay, moving with कंप्यूटर नेटवर्किंग प्रोटोकॉल्स. सो देखो, कंप्यूटर्स को आपस में डेटा को कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए कुछ नेटवर्किंग प्रोटोकॉल्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. कंप्यूटर्स कैन नॉट कम्युनिकेट विद ईच अदर विदाउट द नेटवर्किंग प्रोटोकॉल्स, and these protocols are known as rules. So you can say like protocols are the rules. So they basically decide, or by reading the protocols you can understand how these machines can exchange data, and you are receiving the data without any corruption. You are uh, receiving your data seamlessly, right? So protocols are the rules, and in the network when we use those protocols it would be called as networking protocol, right? So there are multiple protocols you need to read about. We will talk about uh, one by one. So if we talk about the protocols, then we have physical protocols. So like the RJ45 port where you connecting the LAN cable, right? And logical ports where data is sent, or the softwares which is controlling or how and when your data is sent or receivers. Then the most important part is OSI model, because जब आप OSI के concepts को समझते हो तो आपको ये समझ में आता है कि एक्चुअल में डेटा ट्रांसफर कैसे हुआ है. सो OSI एक मॉडल है, एक कॉन्सेप्चुअल मॉडल है जिसकी मदद से आप डेटा के ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को समझ पाते हो, राइट। ये एक फ्रेमवर्क है जो आपको ये बताएगा कि डेटा एक्चुअल में नेटवर्क में ट्रैवल कैसे करता है। सपोज यू वांट टू सेंड ए फाइल फ्रॉम योर सिस्टम टू अनदर सिस्टम, सो हाउ डेटा कैन बी ट्रेवल्ड। सो इस मॉडल की मदद से आप वो समझ पाते हो। सो इसको ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन मॉडल बोलते हैं, नेम एज ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन रेफरेंस मॉडल। और ये 1977 में डेवलप्ड हुआ था by International Organization of Standardization. The purpose of developing this model is to understand how networks operate. So ये एक रेफरेंस मॉडल है, बट इसको रियल वर्ल्ड में TCP/IP के थ्रू हम समझते हैं। सो दो मॉडल हैं, OSI मॉडल एंड TCP/IP। रियल वर्ल्ड में जो इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया था वो TCP/IP था, और OSI एक रेफरेंस मॉडल है। इस रेफरेंस मॉडल में, OSI मॉडल में आपके पास 2 लेयर्स होती हैं, विच इज अपर लेयर्स एंड लोअर लेयर्स। सो अपर लेयर को हम होस्ट लेयर बोलते हैं, देन लोअर लेयर को हम मीडिया लेयर बोलते हैं। सो दीज all are the layers. So in this OSI model we have 7 layers, which is application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. When the data is transferred, so you will read like when we write the OSI, we write from top to bottom, but when we read with the bottom to top. So application layer, presentation layer, session, and transport, these are known as host layers, and the rest of 3 are known as media layer, राइट। कुछ ऐसे समझो कि जब आप एक वेबसाइट को विजिट करते हो, सपोज यू आर ओपनिंग ए एप्लीकेशन नेम इन योर ब्राउजर। सो सबसे पहले आपका जो एप्लीकेशन लेयर है वो रिक्वेस्ट के लिए काम आता है। देन ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर आपका पोर्ट नंबर डिसाइड करेगा कि कौन से पोर्ट पे डेटा को ट्रांसफर करना है। नेटवर्क लेयर ये डिसाइड करेगा कि आईपी एड्रेस कैसे लोकेट करना है। देन डेटा लिंक और फिजिकल लेयर ये डिसाइड करेंगे कि आपके जो डेटा पैकेट्स हैं उनको मैक एड्रेस और केबल के थ्रू कैसे भेजना है, right? So everything is interconnected. When you transfer something, these layers are used. तो आपको इन लेयर्स को समझना होगा, और डेटा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन को आप कुछ इस तरह से समझ सकते हो। सो देर इज ए डायग्राम अवेलेबल हेयर इन विच यू कैन understand how OSI communication is really happened. So suppose two computers want to share some data, in which one computer want to send something and the other computer wants to receive it. So how data will be traveled from application layer to physical layer, then physical layer to application layer. सो आपने जब डेटा को सेंड किया, देन एप्लीकेशन से वो प्रेजेंटेशन, सेशन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लेयर, नेटवर्क लेयर, एंड देन डेटा फिजिकल के थ्रू होता हुआ जब दूसरे कंप्यूटर में, जब दूसरा कंप्यूटर उसको रिसीव करेगा, सो फिजिकल डेटा, नेटवर्क, ट्रांसपोर्ट, सेशन, प्रेजेंटेशन और एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू आप उसको विजुलाइज कर पाओगे। और एक एसओसी एनालिस्ट के लिए बहुत यूजफुल है, क्योंकि जब भी कोई नेटवर्क अलर्ट आएगा तो आप ये सोच सकते हो कि किस लेयर में पर्टिकुलरली वो इशू हो सकता है। So understanding the OSI model is very important for a SOC analyst. So आपको इस मॉडल को पूरा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, समझना पड़ेगा कि एक्चुअल में डेटा ट्रांसफ़र होता कैसे है, कौन कौन से पर्टिकुलर इसमें प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं जो आपके एप्लीकेशन में काम आते हैं, जो आपके प्रेजेंटेशन में काम आते हैं, जो आपके सेशन में काम आते हैं। इसके बाद आपके पास आता है TCP/IP मॉडल। सो ओरिजिनली जो आपके पास OSI मॉडल था उसी को ही हमने 4 लेयर्स में डिवाइड किया इन TCP/IP मॉडल, ठीक है। और इस पर्टिकुलर मॉडल में आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि सिर्फ 4 लेयर हैं, विच इज एप्लीकेशन लेयर, ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर, इंटरनेट लेयर एंड नेटवर्क इंटरफेस लेयर। सो क्या हुआ कि अगर आप देखोगे तो एप्लीकेशन, प्रेजेंटेशन और सेशन, इन तीनों लेयर्स को कंबाइन करके एक लेयर बोल दिया गया, विच इज एप्लीकेशन लेयर। देन वी हैव ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर, देन वी हैव नेटवर्क लेयर, और जो लास्ट की 2 लेयर थी, डेटा लिंक और फिजिकल, इनको भी एक में कंबाइन कर दिया गया। सो 7 लेयर्स को हमने 4 लेयर में डिवाइड किया, और इनको अपन विजुलाइज करने के लिए यूज करते हैं। सो रियल वर्ल्ड में TCP/IP मॉडल इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड। सो कुछ पर्टिकुलर प्रोटोकॉल्स आप देख सकते हो कि एप्लीकेशन लेयर में कौन कौन से प्रोटोकॉल काम में आते हैं, FTP काम में आता है, NFS काम में आता है, SNMP, SMTP। ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर में आपके पास TCP एंड UDP प्रोटोकॉल्स होते हैं, और इंटरनेट लेयर में आपके पास IP और ARP होता है, नेटवर्क इंटरफेस लेयर में आपके पास ईथरनेट और टोकन रिंग होता है। तो अगर हम इनको साइड बाय साइड कंपेयर करें, तो TCP IP मॉडल को आप कुछ इस तरह से और OSI मॉडल को कंपेयर कर सकते हो। यू आर सीइंग इन द डायग्राम like TCP IP has 4 layers and OSI has 7 layers. So the three upper layers of OSI is migrated into one layer, which is application layer in TCP. The transport layer remains same, the network layer remains same, and the last 2 layers will be known as network interface layer in TCP IP. Then we have to talk about the MAC addresses also. So what is MAC address actually? So suppose you are connecting with Wi-Fi, or you are connecting with cable, right? You are connecting with hotspot. So in your system, a MAC address, or you can say the adapter is used, which is known as network adapter, right? सो नेटवर्क अडेप्टर जो होता है, उस नेटवर्क अडेप्टर को जो एड्रेस असाइन किया जाता है थ्रू IEEE और थ्रू द वेंडर, जो बेसिकली मैन्युफैक्चर करता है आपके नेटवर्क अडेप्टर को, जिसको हम NIC भी बोलते हैं, नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड या कंट्रोलर। सो इस पर्टिकुलर अडेप्टर का जो एड्रेस है उसको आप मैक एड्रेस बोलते हो, ठीक है। सो सपोज करो कि आपके सिस्टम में अगर वाईफाई कैपेबिलिटी है, आपके सिस्टम में अगर लैन कैपेबिलिटी है, सो यू हैव 2 MAC एड्रेसेस बिकॉज 2 नेटवर्क अडेप्टर्स और NIC are used in your system. If you do not have the Wi-Fi or access or Wi-Fi card in your system, then you have to buy it from the market. So then the device or the NIC you purchased from the market, a address is given, and that address is known as MAC address, media access control. And there are 4 alternate names also we have for MAC addresses, which is physical address, hardware address, network address, and then BIA, burned in address. So total 5 names are uh, there for MAC addresses: MAC address, physical address, hardware address, network address, and then BIA address. So it is a 48-bit of 48-bit, the size of 48-bit, and hexadecimals are used. So you can see in the diagram or in the value like how this MAC address is presented. So tell me one thing in the comment, like how to check MAC address in your system. If you are using the Windows system, or if you are using the Linux system, so how you will get the MAC addresses of each NIC. Suppose in your system you are connected with 6 NICs or 5 NICs, so you want to see the MAC addresses for each NIC. So how you will get it? If there are uh, uh, some settings or somewhere in the operating system you see the MAC addresses, or if you have some commands. So Teja is saying get MAC. So in Windows, there is a command get MAC, which you can use to get the MAC address listing. You can also use the ipconfig-a. You can also use the ipconfig/all. If you are using the Linux, then you can use ifconfig, right? So MAC addresses are important. And then if we talk about the IP addresses, so what IP is, like IP address is a logical address used in order to identify the devices on the network. तो इसको कुछ बहुत इजी वे में आप समझना चाहो तो कुछ ऐसे समझ सकते हो कि जब हम इंटरनेट से कनेक्ट होते हैं, सो बेसिकली आपके कनेक्शन को एक एड्रेस असाइन किया जाता है थ्रू द ISP, और उस असाइंड एड्रेस को हम IP एड्रेस बोलते हैं, विच इज़ ऑल्सो लॉजिकल, बट उसको आप IP एड्रेस बोलते हो, और जो आपका मैक एड्रेस होता है उसको आप फिजिकल एड्रेस बोलते हो. So if we talk about the addressing system in networking, we have 2 types of network, which is physical addressing system or logical addressing system. In physical addressing system, you talk about the MAC addresses. In logical operating system, you talk about the IP addresses. राइट। सो एक यूनिक आइडेंटिटी नंबर है आपके डिवाइस कनेक्शन के लिए, जिसको आप आईपी एड्रेस के नाम से जानते हो। सो द एड्रेस इज बेसिकली associated in the OSI layer 3, which is network layer. And if we talk about the TCP layer, so which is internet. Okay, so there are two versions available for IP addresses, which is IP version 4 and IP version 6. So if you run the command in your command line like ipconfig, so you will get the IP version 4 address. But if if your network is using IP version 6, then you will get something like this. So we are discussing these in later of this particular series. Then, if we compare the IP address and MAC addresses side by side, so IP address is the OSI layer 3 address and MAC address is the OSI layer 2 address. It is known as IP address is known as logical address, where is MAC address is known as physical address. It is assigned in the operating system or connections, or the MAC address is assigned with the NIC. And why IP address is useful? So it basically allows network to network communications. Like if you do not have IP addresses right now, you cannot connect with the internet or cannot watch anything. Whereas MAC address is useful to connect the inter-network communication. Like you can connect switches, hubs, or routers. Then we have the communication mode in the network, which is we have three types of communication mode, which is simplex mode, half duplex mode, and full duplex. So what communication mode is actually like, if you are sending some data or if you are receiving the data, so what type of communication you will make, this is known as communication mode. So simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. And what simplex communication mode means, like you are communicating with the devices, but you cannot receive the data. You are only communicating. So think like a TV network. When you watch TV, so you can only watch the whatever it is broadcasting, but you cannot send back some data to the broadcasters. So this is the simplex mode. But if we talk about the half duplex mode, so you can send and receive data but not at the same time. Like once you have to wait till the data is transferred, and then only you can send some data. But in full duplex mode, you can send and receive data simultaneously. So the knowledge of communication mode is also very important. And then we have to learn about the network transmission type. So unicast, multicast, or broadcast. Uh, Transmission type is like how many device you can transferring your data to. So in unicast, it would be one to one. You are transferring the data from one device to another device. It is known as unicast. In multicast, one to many, like you are transferring some data to multiple devices. And in broadcast, one to all, like when you receive some alerts from your telecom operator, so it would be broadcasted to everyone. Every connected user with the operator will receive that message. But if you are chatting with someone, so basically you are chatting one by one, but you are chatting in a group, so basically your message is forwarded with many people. So three types of transmission mode we have: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. After that, we have to learn about some of the networking devices. So the Ethernet is one of the commonly used technology in the world to make a network or to connect with a network. So in that Ethernet, you need to understand the how cables are used to create a network. So the term topology is means like the structure of the network. How networks are structured is known as topologies. And we have of four types of topology, not particularly four, five type of topologies, but the fifth is not considered because it is the combination of two. So bus, ring, star, and mesh. So basically, when we read about the topologies, we will understand how actually our network is structured, how network devices are connected. So in bus topology, there are a T connector is used, and you are connected with the cable, or you are connected with the network using a single coaxial cable. So all the devices are connected with vampire tap or T connector. So you see in the diagram there is a T connector is used, and terminators are required to both hands to prevent signal bounces. So now see, if your devices are connected in this structure only, and if you are transferring something from device 1 to device 3, so device 2 can also access that packets. So this is not an ideal topology or not an ideal structure to create a network, because also the deadlock condition also happens. A single break in the cable can also take down the entire network. Then in the ring topology, the systems or the devices are connected in a circular fashion, right? Uh, this is the topology where every devices is connected with two computers, and data is sharing in the anti-clockwise, sorry, clockwise. Data is transferred in clockwise direction. So as you see in the structure of the diagram, you will understand how and why we called this topology or this structure of the network is ring topology. So the same as bus, if one system goes down, entire system will goes down, right? So that's why this is also not used in most of the network. But then we have star topology, one of the best topology, or you say ideal topology in the network. So in this particular topology or in this particular structure, every device is connected to the central device or connecting device. So all devices are connected separately with the central device. So that's why the data loss or security or privacy can be happen. So one of the popular topologies in networks, uh, commonly used in large or small networks, and the deadlock condition cannot happen here. Like only if one device goes down, you cannot breaking the entire network. But if the central device goes down, uh, the whole network will goes down. Then in mesh topology, every device is connected to every other device with a separate cabling. So in network, multiple topologies are used, but commonly we see the star topology. Then we have some wireless network topologies as well, which is ad hoc infrastructure or mesh. So this is the ad hoc technology where two devices are connected using P2P structure. Then in infrastructure, where a WAP is used, a wireless access point, another network device is used to act as a central connecting device. And then in mesh, where are multiple nodes are used to create a network. Like in your colleges, in your lab rooms, this mesh wireless or wired design is used, where multiple hubs or switches or maybe routers are used. Then this is the network interface card. We already discussed it. So these are the different cards we have in the market. Some are already integrated with your motherboard, others you can purchase from the market. Like when your Wi-Fi card is not working, you goes and purchase a additional Wi-Fi card, so that card is known as NIC. Then hubs. So the main purpose of using hub in the network is connecting systems, but these are not considered very intelligent and replaced by the switches. Why? Because if you are using hub in your network, it will basically broadcast all the traffic to every system. So the traffic is broadcasted. That's why the hub is not used in the network. Then we have switches. So switches are considered more intelligent than the hub. It will not broadcast your traffic. So mainly like today's network, switches are used. Then wireless access point. So basically it is a bridge, kind of bridge that extend the wired network to the wireless network. So suppose you are having a wired network, but now you want to connect some more devices using wireless. So you need to use a wireless access point. Then the wireless ranger extender. So this particular device will increase the network range. To increase the network range, you will use the wireless ranger extender, and it is acting as a wireless repeater. Then we have routers. So routers are used to connect different networks. If we want to connect two different networks, then we will use routers. So I'm not particularly explaining each and everything in details. The document will be available in your session in your drive, and you can clearly read it, and you can research something if you want to know more, because we do not have particular uh, amount of time, like that much time, like we discuss everything in details. Otherwise we need at least 15 to 20 sessions on networking. So I'm just giving you the overview, like what you need to understand, or what you need to uh, see in the network. So you need to learn more about it. Then we have modulators. So the main purpose or the main aim to use modulators in the network, like they are modulate signals to one another signal, like they are generating analogs to digital or digital to analog. Then we have Soho, which is have some expanded capabilities. So Soho is act as a router. It can be web. It will be firewall, switches, DSCP server, net devices, file server, etc. Then media converters. So if you want to convert the cable to fiber cable, then we need media converter. So I hope everyone sees those networking devices in their daily life, so you are quite familiar with it. Then firewall, of course, we how can we forget firewalls in network security? So to protect the network, we use the firewalls. So the main role of firewall in a network is to filter the traffic. If some malicious traffic is received on the network, or maybe you are sending some, so firewall will be filtering those data packets. Then we have the types of firewall. So we some firewall known as packet filtering firewall, then circuit level firewalls, then the application layer firewalls. Then let's talk about some of the DSCP server. So this particular server is used to assign the IP addresses. Like when you connect with your web, so server is responsible to give you the IP addresses. Then this is another devices which is voice over IP. So if a phone, if your phone system runs with IP networks, so this is known as voice over IP. Like you are generating the calls with the help of internet. Then the types of cables. So we have three types of cables, which is coaxial cable, twisted pair cables, fiber optic cables. Then you will read the details about these cables, so I'm not particularly explaining it. And then you can read about those layers in details, like why these layers are used, and how you will or what protocols are used in this layer. Then we have presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. So everything will be available. You can read it. You also have to read about the packet structure. Like if you are sending some data from one device to another device, how data is created, like what is the meaning of packet. Packet is some kind of small unit of data. So the packet structure. So if you read about the packet structure, you will understand how packets are transferred in the networks. So we have some created diagrams for better understanding. So visualize this diagram in your mind, and visualize like a data is transferred from your system to the web server, or suppose internet, and from internet to your devices. So how it will be transferred? You are connected with the web, then it will be connected to switch, then it will be connected to router, and then the again it will be connected to switch. So that's how the data can be traveled on the internet. Then the TCP IP explanation, the common protocols we have. So the next thing we have to talk about is uh, protocols, because the protocols are very important. If you familiar with the networking, so very protocols are very important thing. And I will talk about those protocols in tomorrow's session, but I will tell you something like what are the common network based attacks we have, which is MITM, man in the middle attack, DNS spoofing. Using this attack you can hijack the DNS and transfer the victim to any malicious application. ARP spoofing, you can easily spoof the ARP protocol. SYN flood, basically TCP synchronized packet flooding. DSCP starvation attack. In this attack, you act like a DSCP clients, and consumes all the available IPs on via the issued by the DSCP server. Then packet sniffing, how to capture packets, and then port scanning. So these are the common network based attacks we have, and to mitigate it, we need to understand the protocols or ports or addressing system in details. So that will be the agenda for tomorrow, like when we connecting at 8:30. So first we will talk about the protocols and port numbers, and then the addressing system in details. So what are the classes, public, what is the public class or private class, what is the subnet or subnetting, how you can calculate the subnet mask, right? So these things will be covered. And if we talk about some of the tools for a associate analyst as the perspective of networking, so we have some tools also here. So when we move with the practical session, once these basic or theoretical sessions are over, like in next two or three more sessions, then we will understand those tools. So the very first tool is Wireshark, which is used as a GUI packet sniffer. Then TCP dump, used as packet analyzer. Then netstat, this will show the network connections. Nmap, it is used as a port scanner or host scanner tool. Then NSLookup, which is DNS lookup tool. Traceroute or MTR, used for path tracing, right? So this will be the scenario for our SOC, networking based SOC basically. But before that, we need to understand more about the protocols or the IP addresses or the ports, what ports we need to understand, what the protocols we need to analyze, right? So the basic knowledge of these protocols and port numbers will be essential. So tomorrow tomorrow's session is very important. Make sure you will not miss it, so you will have a better understanding of the port numbers. And if I want to give you a basic overview, so see, let me switch to the, so these are the common protocols we have. These are the common protocols and port numbers we have. So file transfer protocol, secure file transfer protocol, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, DNS, DHCP, and more. So we will understand each protocols one by one with the best possible way. So we'll get a insight how these protocols are work, and how you will get the basic understanding of these protocols, right? So this document will be shared, or I will upload into the drive right now, so you can access it, read it, and try to make some notes. uh, Read one or two times, so you will have a clear picture of the network in your mind, because the concepts of networking is very important in SOC analyst or in cybersecurity, uh, actually. So if you are not reading the network for SOC, just read for the pen testing purpose. Okay, so now I will taking some questions if you have any, and after that I will end this session. So if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. Anything you want to ask me. So let's go with the, so Jerry. So hi Jerry. Jerry will be asking, sir, when will we start practical classes? So Jerry, I need 3 sessions more, like one for networking to complete the networking, and then we will need to understand the Linux concepts. So how you will run commands on Linux operating system. So I think 2 sessions will be dedicated to Linux operating system commands or basic structure. So after 3 or 4 sessions, we will first build a lab, and then we will start our practical classes. But when we connect through with the Linux knowledge or Linux commands, so you will surely get some assignments to uh, perform some practice. So Rishikesh is asking, like, before goes to network layer, how session layer works for identity. So Rishikesh is saying like how session layer works. तो सपोज ऋषिकेश कि अगर हम कोई भी डेटा सेंड आउट करते हैं, तो इट डिपेंड्स कि आपके कौन कौन से लेयर्स काम में आ रही हैं। ठीक है, आपको लेयर्स को वन बाय वन समझना होगा कि एक्चुअल में कौन सी लेयर कब काम आती है। एंड वंस यू स्टार्ट the basic understanding of the work of each layer, you will get the answer of your question. So go with the slides I showed you today, and read those slides. But if you again, after reading those slides, if you have some questions in mind, then we will you can ask me to in tomorrow's session. I will definitely give you some more detailed explanation on these OSI layers. But I do not want to particularly stretch these OSI, because suppose if we are stretching the topics, then we do not have that much time. And Harish is saying, how long will you daily take classes? So Harish, daily I'm taking one, not daily, on alternate days, but I'm taking 1 hour live classes for SOC. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for some reasons, I cannot. I will basically I cannot take classes yesterday, so that's why I will take it today, and then the next session will be on tomorrow. Any more comments for me? And one more thing I want to ask you, like, have you solved the assignment which I gave to you uh, in day 3? You have to investigate a file, you need to investigate a IP, or you need to check your password strength. So have the assignment is completed? So Jerry is saying like, will you teach SOC analyst L2? So I'm planning, Jerry, but once this SOC L1 is over, let's see. If everything goes well, we will definitely plan something for L2. So tell me, like, is the assignments are done? Like, I'm posting a new assignment today, or maybe in tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon, related to networking. So make sure you will go through the drive and find the assignment and complete as soon as possible. So Teja is saying like his first day here and he will check and complete assessment. So definitely Teja, go with the session, previous sessions. So you can find the session tracker in the video description, and where you can see the drive link and assignments are there. And the reading documents is also there. Okay, so no further questions I have. So thank you so much for joining the session, and it will be wonderful talking to you and sharing something which I have practiced over the years or have some skills. So day 5 will be the networking advance, and you can also track the sessions or the drive link, so everything will be available. You can also join the Telegram or WhatsApp, and new batches are also available for paid online or offline courses. So you can join the WhatsApp community and uh, interact directly with me. So thank you once again for joining the session. uh, these are my official links, and you can follow me on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter. So I'm available on all these social platforms. And so, okay, thank you so much. Let's connect tomorrow. See you. Tata. Bye bye. So thank you, Dheeraj. Thank you, Teja. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Rishikesh. Thank you, Sahil. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Yash, Krishna, and Arvind, Jerry, and Tuber. So these are the persons who commented on this stream. So thank you so much. Make sure to follow and check out the other videos of the channel, like the Wi-Fi hacking is also live, so you can watch it and drop some comments. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.